Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Manchester United career on FIFA 15. It is Season 2, and we kick off Season 2 with the traditional curtain raiser, the Community Shield. That's right, we won the Premier League last season, as you know, which means we will be playing against the FA Cup winners, Manchester City. And I mean, what a way to start off the season against your biggest rivals in England, against Manchester City. And then on the opening day of the Premier League, we've got to play against Liverpool, and then we've got to play Chelsea, and then we've got to play Arsenal. It's going to be immense. It's going to be action-packed. I think it's also going to be slightly tough as well. I mean, I've never had to start like this on a FIFA career against the majority of the top teams in the Premier League. I know that I've got a Premier League winning team at my disposal now, and having the addition of Cristiano Ronaldo, having him back in a red jersey once again, I think he's going to help us out definitely this season as we go through our journey in the Champions League when we make our return there. So Manchester City, they were playing with a traditional 4-4-2 in this game. Negredo returning back to City after his loan spell at Valencia. He starts up front with Aguero, but you can see the team I've gone with. Haven't really changed the formation too much, but I've got Rooney and Van Persie up front. No Falcao, you'll notice, as he has now returned back to Monaco, but Cristiano Ronaldo was starting for Manchester United. His first game back in a United shirt, and it just looks fantastic, and I hope to see that in real life come next summer. It'd just be wonderful, wouldn't it, having Ronnie back home? But Manchester United got off to a flying start against Manchester City. It'd be Robin Van Persie converting that cross by none other than Cristiano Ronaldo, heading it into the back of the net, beating Joe Hart, and putting United 1-0 up within 15 minutes gone of the game. Wonderful header by RVP. He is such a dominant force when it comes to aerial opportunities for United. It's brilliant. I'd just like to quickly mention to you guys, I'm not sure if I've already said, but this episode will just be post-commentary. I decided to maybe save live commentary for bigger games as we go through the season. Just have to see how we get on. But take a look at that. Ronaldo's first game back at Manchester United in a red jersey. Of course, he gets himself on the score sheet. He couldn't help it. Rooney, Ronaldo linking up. If you guys remember when Ronaldo was back at Man United in real life, those two were just sensational together. And it looks like we've reunited that passion between those two. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come, with Ronaldo scoring against some of the biggest teams in England and in the Champions League. The bench were very happy with that goal, and look at Cleverley's face. He's thinking, damn, I wish I could do that. Jokes aside though, I've decided to keep Cleverley at United just to use as like a rotational sort of player. I can use him in a Capital One Cup game or an FA Cup game, a game that's not huge for Manchester United, you know, unless he really does impress me and puts in some fantastic performances and becomes a first team player. Who knows what's going to happen in football? We'll just have to see as we go through Season 2 with United. But City, they were moving the ball around pretty quickly, as you saw. Great passing from them, trying to get themselves back in this game because it was falling out of their reach every passing minute. If they wasn't careful, you know, United were going to make it 3-0. Ronaldo was going to be slotting the ball in the back of the net, and Joe Hart would be picking the ball out of the back of the net, feeling a bit disappointed. And look at Ronaldo taking another run down the right side. He beats two guys in the process, and I did go for the shot. I went all selfish there. I wanted to have a really good return. I want to say debut for Ronaldo. Would it be classed as a debut? I suppose it would. But it's his return to United, and I want him to maybe at least get two, maybe even a hat-trick. That would have been fantastic, but it wasn't to be in the first half. In the second half, though, City surprisingly, I really shouldn't say surprisingly, because it was always kind of going to happen on FIFA. They went up an extra gear in the second half. That for some reason they really wanted to win this Community Shield, and they were going all out. I did bring on Tom Cleverley in the second half, and I also brought on Hernandez, who's still at the club. I know there's a lot of speculation surrounding him at the moment. Dortmund are in with a couple of bids here and there trying to capture Hernandez after he had a pretty successful season at Real Madrid last year. But as I mentioned in my previous episode, I kind of have a plan for Hernandez. In the 74th minute, I decided to take off Cristiano Ronaldo. He had a fantastic game on his return debut for Manchester United, and he was replaced by young Adnan Januzaj, who won my Young Player of the Year award last season. And just look at that, two guys with the same style of play. Would you say Does Januzaj model himself off Ronaldo? I'm not too sure whether he's actually come out and said that in an interview in real life. But whenever I see Januzaj play for United, it always kind of reminds me of when Ronaldo had signed for United back in the summer of 2003 in real life. Hopefully Januzaj will take the same path that Ronaldo did at United. You know, he didn't have the best first 2 seasons, but as soon as he got into his groove, he became an unstoppable player and just world class, better than anyone else, a machine. So the ref blew his whistle for the final time at Wembley, and yes, Manchester United did go on to beat their biggest rivals in England, Manchester City. 2-0 was the final score, and there is our first bit of silverware of the season. A good way to prepare ourselves to defend our 21st league title. Maybe we can go on and win our 22nd this season. Now, with the journey to Anfield on the horizon, the opening day of the Premier League, I did receive an email. It was from Dortmund, and because I had counter-offered their bid for Hernandez, they came back and they said, well, sorry, no, but we can give you 26.4. I wasn't happy with that, especially seeing my chief exec who was saying we could sell him between 46 to 73 and make a big profit off him. I kind of felt sorry for Dortmund because you could tell that they really wanted Hernandez in their team, but they didn't seem to really have the money to say, yeah, we'll accept your 55 million offer and we'll bring him to Germany, but they just weren't going for it. So, as I've already mentioned, you know, I kind of got a plan for Hernandez. You guys are going to see what that is. But first, it was the opening day of the Premier League. We were at Anfield to play against Liverpool. The fixture listing for the start of the season hasn't been as kind to United as it was compared to last season, where we had Swansea on the opening day at Old Trafford, then we had Sunderland, Burnley, Leicester, QPR. It was just a great start, you know, even though I kind of struggled. Alright, I kind of struggled against Burnley, yes, because we lost against them, but my excuse is I was new to FIFA at the time. Yes, I'm going to use that one, I think. But having to play against Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, to be honest, I wasn't too fussed about it. I know I already said, you know, it hasn't been as kind, but I wasn't too fussed about it because I had the confidence of champions. We're going to Anfield as 21 times champions. It's brilliant. So it was expected that Liverpool were going to try and look to get one over on United, but I was going to try my best to make sure that didn't happen. Going by last season's results, we beat them at Old Trafford 2-1. Then this same fixture last season at Anfield, we thrashed them 4-2. So again, it was just an extra incentive for Liverpool to do well in this game in front of the home crowd on the opening day of the league. And it would be Adam Lallana getting the first goal of the game. And they just kept coming at me then. Lallana seemed to be the central point of attack for Liverpool. They were going through him to try and create something against the Premier League champions. But Di Maria here as well, who was just unstoppable last season. He even came away with my Player of the Season award. Gave the ball to Mata, who gave it to Rooney. Rooney gave it back to Mata, who forced his way through their defence. It looked like Saka was maybe going to clear it, but Mata still managed to get on the end of it. But unfortunately the ball hit the side netting, and just look at the pace of Di Maria. I seem to be using him a lot more in this game than Ronaldo down the right side for United. But Di Maria, of all players on that pitch, would be the guy to get the equaliser against Liverpool at Anfield just before half-time. We did get another chance before the referee blew for half-time, and it had come from Cristiano Ronaldo. Powerful shot, well saved by Mignolet, and it did go out for a corner. Could we make it 2-1 and completely change Brendan Rodgers' team talk at half-time? Ander Herrera went for the shot. The ball worked its way through all the red and blue shirts and eventually fell to the feet of Rooney. In front of the home fans, he celebrates as Man United went 2-1 up against Liverpool at Anfield. Ronaldo in the second half fed the ball through to his former Real Madrid teammate Angel Di Maria, who unfortunately couldn't make it 3-1. Now, on the last couple of minutes of the game, we had a free kick, and look how far out it is. It's 38 yards away from goal. Ronaldo is going to step up and take it, and seeing that United were in the lead at Anfield, I decided to go for goal, and Ronaldo smacked the ball with such power. And wow, how that did not go in. It was going in, it was well on target, but how Mignolet managed to save that, I don't know. It was just, I mean, look at that. Look at the swerve on the ball. It's just sensational. I think we're going to see some fantastic free kicks this season. I hope so. With Ronaldo at the helm, Di Maria took the final corner of the game, and I thought for a second it was going to dribble into the bottom corner and make it 3-1 to United. but it didn't, and the referee blew the whistle for the final time at Anfield. Manchester United came away with their first win of the Premier League season and their first set of 3 points. A really good win against our biggest rivals in England, and now United will turn their attention to that game against Chelsea at Old Trafford. Now, I did accept this season-long loan offer from Leicester City for Michael Keane. He'll be joining them for the season in the Premier League. And I received a transfer offer from Southampton for Wilfried Zaha for 2.1 mil. I know some of you guys will be thinking, oh no, don't get rid of Zaha, but the thing is, I've got Ronaldo, I've got Di Maria, I've got Valencia. Realistically, where does Zaha fit in? I don't think he does, so I counter-offered and said if you want him, pay 2.7 and he's yours. After getting rid of Godin to Chelsea, I went after Marquinhos from PSG, the youngster there. He's also a centre-back, and I think he'll fit into my young defence that I'm trying to build with Rojo, Jones, Raphael, and also Luke Shaw. And I think I'm definitely going to use Marquinhos if I get him this season, don't worry. Southampton got back to me, and they said that they decided to match the 2.7 counter-offer, and so Zaha will be joining Southampton. I think going to Southampton is fantastic for Zaha. He will definitely get first team there, whereas being at United, he'll just be sat out on the reserves bench. He won't even get first team as much as he would want to, so I think it's a wise decision, really. Yes, it's sad to see him go, but I wish him all the best. And I was surprised that this Liverpool have decided to sell Daniel Sturridge. Why would they sell Daniel Sturridge? Why not try and work with him along with Balotelli? I just don't. Sometimes I don't get FIFA 15 and EA logic. I really don't. But look at that. Our next game is against Chelsea, and Godin will be playing in that, so he'll be returning to Old Trafford, where he found it such a tough time to get first team football. And could Falcao be moving to Bayern Munich? I'll see you guys in the next episode.